Right.
I will say this. I know, like, with all the Me Too movements and all of that, like, you know, it's put...
Oh, we got men on like pins and needles.
It does. And it's put, like, this bigger shine on women. And it's great. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I think it's an agenda to still tear down the black man. It's
all a manipulation thing. Like it's purposely that these type
they
of
don't
things
want y'all to be
happening.
Leaders.
No, they don't. And they want women to look at men in a certain type of way. I mean, even like far back as like what the government done, they incentivized women for not having a man in the home, like getting like the government money and stuff like that.
Right.
You can't get it if the man is in the house, but if he's not in the house, you can get
it. That's true.
It's all a scheme. Like,
you are now tuned into the Experience, the Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle. Find out what's happening right now. Came from the bottom, still reaching the highest point. No, we won't pipe down. We are the truth. We are the cool. We are the culture. The Highest Point Lifestyle.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome to the Highest Point Podcast.
Yes.
This is a podcast for everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter what you're going through. You know you deserve the best and willing to put in the work for progress to reach the highest point.
Absolutely.
I'm here with the homie, you dig? I'm here with Delorean. We go way back, like 4 flats. Y'all need to understand what I'm talking about. We done did events together.
Yes.
We done had radio shows together, but I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm going to let her introduce herself because I'm excited to have her back up in his. We doing something together again.
Yes.
So can you introduce yourself?
Yes, it is me. It is Delorean, guys. I don't have no radio name no more because I'm just all business, but it's Delorean now, okay?
For sure.
I am back in the building. It is great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. I'm glad you're here. And since, you know, we done started off with radio shows back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna start straight into something today. I'm gonna get right into it.
Okay, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get right into it. You know what we're gonna get into?
What?
Hot topics.
Yes, let's do it. Hot topics.
Hot topics. So
yes.
Did you see that Tabitha Brown thing and Wendy Williams?
Bruh, let me tell you something. I am a true Tabitha Brown fan.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so when she tried to come for Auntie Tab, okay, you know, I was like, let me go see what Auntie Tab had to say about that. And I love the way she checked her.
Right. Can you give a little background on the whole Tabitha Brown and versus Wendy Williams thing?
Yeah, so, you know, Tabitha Brown has been in Hollywood for quite some time. Not too long, but what she has done, she's made it pretty big.
Yeah.
And she is actually, her and her husband are actually on Black Love on OWN.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, beautiful show. If you love Black Love, it is a beautiful show to watch. It is all types of couples married from 50 years to 2 years to even to 10 months. A lot of couples in Hollywood, and they're on there. And she expressed how she promised her husband, if he took this job at the LAPD, that she would retire him in 5 years. But it actually ended up being 15 years that he worked there. And, you know, she said it was a good salary. She said, I appreciate my husband going out there protecting and dying for the strangers. She said, but I'd rather him only die for the people in this house.
Oh.
That's what she said.
So why do Wendy Williams got a problem with that?
I think that what you will be called a scarred, bitter black woman, and I hate to say that, but
she is.
She compares her situation, what she's been through, to every man, and every man is not like that. So she's already starting to put men in this category, you know, already, which is not good.
Yeah.
And she basically was like, girl, you don't do that, girl. I've had one of them. He trying to take your money. And it's like...
But he been there for how many years?
They've been married for over 20 years, I think, 22 years.
Over 20 years. And you got a problem with her retiring her husband, that he made a sacrifice.
He said that. They knew that their goal was to move to California to pursue her acting career.
Right.
And he stood by that. But they also needed money in the house.
You dig?
And that's what they went to go do, but that's their decision and their union. You know what I'm saying? But why does she have something to say about it?
She shouldn't have anything to say about it. I mean, they had their little issues, whatever, with her and her husband. They broke up. They got divorced because, he had infidelities or whatever. But yet and still, even her husband made sacrifices for her. She seemed to be forgetting that he was there with her also from the beginning before she became the Wendy Williams we all know.
I mean, her story was on Lifetime, and it did make it seem like he had a lot of contribution to her success.
Right.
So
why is she discrediting that? Like, I see that sometimes, like when it's your ex.
And I think also with her, it's a lot about money. I think she's very greedy when it comes to money.
Yeah, she was the breadwinner.
But okay, and that's fine. But you still don't take away from the man and his contribution and what role he played, even if it's in the background and you're the breadwinner. Technically, what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine when we married. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you got a little joint account, I know what's going in yours. You know what I'm saying?
He was the muscle for a lot of stuff behind the scenes too. Like,
he was.
I done heard
even that
stories.
show that she's on right now.
Oh, see, I didn't see the.
He was.
So they showed some of that.
He was executive producer of her show. Executive producer.
Right.
So who getting the check before she get it?
You know what I mean?
Okay, he is.
So like, it's kind of crazy. Like, just because something don't work out, there's no need to discredit what you guys done together. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like it was all you. Like, okay, we're done because of his actions, so there's consequence to that,
right?
But I can't say this person or this man or female didn't have some contributions or help motivate me to.
And I also think she's not ready to accept accountability because I don't also. You can't tell me that man caused all of this on his own. She had a part in it.
Oh, she definitely
somewhere.
Had a part. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that. Please don't take this as she caused him to go out there and cheat. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying there was something that she played a part in for this divorce.
Well, I'm sure
it wasn't just the sole cheating. I'm sure it wasn't.
Right.
And she hasn't. I don't think she's ready. She's just bitter. She's just bitter and angry.
She's bitter a lot. I did hear Tabitha response, and I was digging her response.
Oh man, it was dope. It was. You talking about a read?
She had that polite read, like I'm gonna pray for you.
Okay, read. Because that's my business. That's how she said it. That's how she said.
How'd she say it?
She said, "Okay, because that's my business,
right?
And because I can do that." I said, come on, Auntie Tab.
Yeah, like
come on through, Auntie Tab. And the main thing that I like that she said, which is very important, which I don't think a lot of people even think about when it comes to getting married anymore, because I think marriage is just a trend now. Everybody's ready to say I'm married. Everybody's ready to put that ring on their finger. But I don't think anybody ever thinks about the work or the sacrifices, the compromises that you have to make in a marriage. And it's not really so much of work. I think it's more so of understanding, communication, and compromise. That shouldn't take a lot of work, it's because we're a partnership.
Right. It should come automatic. And when you're one, it's like you're looking out for yourself.
Right.
That's how it should be. Like, it shouldn't be a hesitation. You just jump in there because your partner is the extension of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And sometimes people get so caught up in the idea of marriage and don't understand what it actually
the foundation
is.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also a lot of people have taken the spirituality part out of the union, whatever your faith may be, I think that it should start there, or there should be some type of common grounds, and it should be up in the mix, and I think a lot of people have lost that.
Right. And putting the time on it too. Like, that's something you can't put a time on. It's like, okay, now I'm 29. Now I'm 26 and I need to be married. I'm 31. I got to be married. You're going to force yourself into a situation you probably do not belong.
Ooh, you better talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's one thing I definitely never allowed myself to do, allowed a woman to pressure me into either.
Yeah. And I don't think no one should be pressured. What Auntie Tab said, it reminds me a lot of a post I seen the other day on Facebook. And it was a guy, he said, I'm looking for a woman who can heal me, and so I can heal her. And I was thinking to myself, well, why can't you heal yourself before we start this union and not do the same thing? Because when we start bringing traumas into things, or, you know, unsolved things into things, you're already starting it off a little rocky, and you already gonna need the prayer of God to be, you know, on your union when those things start to happen, because people are gonna evolve, and as you evolve, those things are gonna come. Yeah,
marriage is, you're working on so many other things. You having to heal someone else, you're working backwards.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Way backwards.
Like, that's just the route you don't want to go. You know, like, I'm married. My wife, she was healed, but, you know, we still had, you know, other things going on. Like some outside things. She was personally healed, but, you know, just like, you know, I'm a stepfather. There were some situations that, you know, I had to interject on to help heal those outside things, but nothing with her
plus
personally.
Also keep your home in the positivity that it was already, you know, that it already had built, and you want to continue to keep it that way,
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Evolve.
Always
you know
as you have with your new bundle of joy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, this like 7 years in, we got a little baby now.
Oh my God, you know, I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate it. I get to
tell you that in person now. It's different telling you in person than you know, over the phone or on Facebook or something. And she is adorable.
Thank you. Like, she's something else already. Been to like 2 weeks. She already got personality.
You're gonna be wrapped.
I don't know about that now.
You're gonna be wrapped.
That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't wait.
I got mental strength.
I can't wait.
Now I'm gonna be very supportive of her. You know, I'm a spoiler,
of course,
but she also gonna know. Look, you gotta put in some work to get where you want to go.
I know that's right, you know honey. I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be on her tail just like I am this little boy at that house.
That's right.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a different approach. But yeah, I'm gonna be on her.
I believe it.
I'm gonna be on her.
I believe it. That's because you're gonna have. I gotta stand my ground.
I got to. I got to. I might go cry in the car.
Yeah. But you gonna hold it down inside. I got you. We know that. We'll let you rock with that.
I'll cry in the car now.
We'll let you rock with that. But yeah, I think definitely Auntie Tab responded the way she definitely needed to respond. And as you can see, Wendy Williams has been very quiet. She said nothing.
There's nothing else she could say. There's nothing else she can say. It's like, it's pointless. It's pointless at that. So isn't that like, there's nothing wrong with what she doing, in my opinion. Like, she retired her husband. They done been together. He's sacrificed for like 15 years to you know, allow her to follow her dream. He was being supportive like any husband.
And that's why she said she was doing it, so that he can pursue his dream. And he's a basketball coach on the side of being a police officer.
Right. Okay.
And so he has a nonprofit basketball team that he coaches, and I think he wants to take that full time. So,
So do you think it would have been a big deal if the shoe was on the other foot? If the husband is the one who retired his wife?
No, I don't think it should be a big deal on either foot.
Right. No, I don't. Do you think Wendy would have felt that was an issue if he was the one that was retiring her?
I don't think so. I don't think she would have had anything to say about it. You know, I don't. And if she did, let's hope it would have been positive. Like, look what this meant. You know, let's hope she would have brought that up. But she's such about gossip that I don't even think she would have picked that up. Like, that's not juicy enough for her. Right. You know? Yeah. And this wasn't juicy either. So that's why I was just like, why did you feel that?
Yeah, I thought she was like the only one that really had an issue with it, because I didn't see an issue with it, especially knowing the history. You know, it's not like you just met someone off the street and say, hey, you don't got to work no more.
They've been together since they were 19 years old.
Crazy.
And I mean, they're in their 30s and 40s, you know. So, and you know, she's from Eaton, North Carolina. They both are.
Dope.
They're both from Eaton, North Carolina.
Hey, they got my support even more now in North Carolina.
Yeah,
you know what
straight. I mean? Both of them are straight from North Carolina.
Dope. 336.
Yeah, straight from Eaton, yo. Straight from Eden. Eden, North Carolina. Yeah, absolutely.
Dang, that's dope. That's dope.
That was nice to find out about too.
Yeah.
I found that about watching that Black Love show on OWN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Check it out. I think you'll like it.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Because even with that, like, kind of branching off of that topic, so do you feel like relationships should be 50-50, or the man should be the, you know, sole provider?
It's 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to ever be 50-50. Nothing's ever going to be 50-50 in a marriage. If it is, show me one where it's 50-50. I'm still looking for that couple today.
Mm-hmm. What would that look like?
What does that look like? Like, honestly and truly, what does that look like? Does that look like we both have the same annual income and we both pay exactly 50-50 down the road? Are we just talking about bills? Are we talking about we are both 50-50 at communication, emotional, sexual? Like, are you mean to tell me that
it's deeper than the financial? That's what you're saying.
It's deeper than financial. And I think people, when they hear 50-50, they leave it just at
Financial.
the money.
Yeah.
Even though that is one of, it's a huge, just one of the top reasons a person gets divorced.
Right.
But I think people get so short-minded that it's way deeper than financially.
Right.
And most women go into a marriage or go into a relationship looking for that man to be
the provider,
quote unquote, the provider. But then you have a lot of times these days where that may not can be the case because I may make more money than him.
It's very possible. Like, ladies bossed up.
Ladies are bossing up.
Ladies bossing up out here, and now all of a sudden I'm also seeing them understanding the importance of prenups all of a sudden now. All of a sudden when they starting to get in the bread, prenups is cool.
Well, I'm coming into this thing with a little small account over there to the right. You know what I'm saying? And that's my money. I need him to know that. And if we, first of all, I'm not going to go into it with the thought of that we're going to get divorced. But if something happens, I need him to know that little account to the right, you don't see that. You don't know nothing about that. You won't touch that when we leave. But everything we done built
together,
prior to us.
It don't work like that though.
Well,
they don't work like that. Now,
why?
It just don't. Like whatever is his is yours. Whatever yours is his. That's what they say. And I think since I'm seeing a lot of ladies boss now, they understanding that man point of view when they was leading a lot financially more often,
right?
Because usually when someone says somebody prenup, it like the woman that I've seen would get like they felt disrespected that he said brung that up.
Yeah, and now that you have women bringing it up, it's like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You coming to me like that?
Right. He feeling like the woman. Oh, you want a prenup now?
Yeah. I mean,
back in the day.
You don't mind? Do you mind? I mean, do you mind? We could wait a little. I don't know how long we got, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But why? Why have a prenup?
Yeah.
I feel like even though I know they're for protection of assets and whatnot,
right?
But unless we have discussed prior to saying I do that we're about to build this empire, this invest, this financial thing, like we're having a whole bunch of businesses and stuff.
Right.
What do we need a prenup for?
Yeah, and my thoughts on the whole thing. If I was with this woman on the come up, I don't care about no prenup.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we literally built this
together.
But if I'm already made and I meet you,
then I'm gonna protect what I have prior.
I'm gonna have a prenup. There's no way around it.
I'm gonna protect that. You know what I'm saying? And it's no disrespect to you. It's no disrespect to nobody but myself. Well, no disrespect to myself, but it's just respect to myself, right?
Yeah.
That I just gotta protect what I have.
Yeah.
But I don't truly think no relationship is 50-50. I mean, there's going to be times where it's 70-30. There's going to be times where it's 60-40.
It can switch up. Like sometimes it could be the woman doing the most when it comes to finances or whatever. It all depends.
And I think it should be to whatever works for that couple.
Specific couple. It's not one size fit all.
No, listen, I'll be the first one to tell somebody in my dating, I'm quick to say hey, are you good with money? Because honey, I'm not, and I'm working on it. That's an important question. Yeah. And it ain't even. Yeah, I do want to know. You ain't gotta tell me what your credit score is, but I do want to know is it decent? Is it decent? Because mine's decent. And you ain't gonna put. You
can put mine down.
You ain't gonna pull down my credit score now. I don't work
Before
so hard to
get married. We need to make sure your credit is in a decent place.
And if it's not, we can build it up.
Right.
I'm willing to help you do that. Same way I got mine up. I got you.
Right.
But at the same time, if you are good at making sure that savings account stay built because we need to have a rainy day account. Tell me how much I need to contribute because I'm going to make sure of that.
That's big.
You know, if I'm the person that's good at making sure all the bills are paid, then I'll come to you and tell you how much I need at the end of the month and you make sure it's there.
Right.
You know, or we can have a bill account. Yeah. Whatever. We can have that joint account with bills in it.
Yeah. And one thing with that, like, it's very, everyone's good at what they're good at, right?
Exactly.
So, like, back in the day, like a few years ago, I was good at always saving up bread. But when I was growing up, everybody always told me to stay away from credit cards. So my main thing was when I really started trying to like get things like looking into housing and stuff, they said, you don't have any credit. I was like, well, no, I don't have no credit. I was always said I thought my credit score would be good because I don't got no credit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't got no stuff overdrawn. I don't got none of that going on. I got this bread in the bank.
Right.
You know, but I'd have no established credit of paying off any cards. And that's what was conditioned in my mind.
Right.
So I had to learn that.
Right.
But, you know, like my wife, she has established credit since, I don't know, probably since she was about 18.
Right.
Since she was like 18, she already had a house when I met her. And, but I, you know, I felt like when we combined our minds together on things, like that really, really helped out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
So,
I'm
like,
sure. And that's why I say, you know, I think it should work for where the strongs and the weaknesses are for individual couples. But I don't truly think that people even think to ask the questions to find out, like,
and that's an important question.
What are your strengths? And, you know, are you good at balancing a checkbook? Are you good at paying your bills on time? Like, do you be running behind on your bills? You know, like, I'll tell you this, I can't save shit, but my bills is paid on time. Every time the check posts, hey, they paid.
Yeah.
But honey, the rainy day account, like, it'd be good for 2 months, and then it's back depleted. I'd be like, what in the hell?
Happened? Where did
Here
the
we
money
go, starting all over again.
Yeah.
You know, that's the type of things where I want my husband to be like, or my future partner to be like, okay, now look, babe, we got to give me $25 a week.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on somebody to say, give me $25 a week.
Money is literally out of sight, out of mind.
It is.
You know, because we get money going to a joint account, you know, from both our checks every week, every 2 weeks, because we get paid bi-weekly. And, you know, just don't see it. And
just don't see it. And I think if I had someone else there to help me not see it, because it's only one income in the house right now.
Right.
So everything, you know, you make goes to everything unless I'm out here hustling with 2-3 jobs. But neither here nor there, you know, it's like And I don't want to say this, but it's true. I'm ready for a helpmate. Like, I'm ready for that nigga to come in there and pay half the bills and help out around the house. Not just for that, but, you know,
it's very
to be on my P's and Q's. Like, I'm ready for him. Whatever he can help me out with to be a better woman or a better mother, I'm ready for that helpmate.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, that's big. Like when I said my wife, she already had a house when I met her. She had a child too, so she had a reason for that house. I had an apartment. Ain't like, if we're going to move forward, you're not going to move in my apartment. Right.
That's backtracking.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when we moved into our house, guess who already started? As soon as I moved in there, I took over mortgage. Like, this is my house now.
And that's what's up. Like, that's what's up.
This is what we doing. We, like, I know you handled it for a little while, but you know what I'm saying? I'm here now, so I'm going to take over this.
I got this.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you ain't got to worry about this no more.
I got this.
And I'm sure, like,
she was probably like,
you know, I'm
look, that Sierra prayer. She had her own Sierra prayer.
I prayed too. Like,
I know that's right. I know that's right. That's what's up.
Yeah,
and manifest it. You know what I'm saying?
Real. Like, cause like even like when it comes to bill pay, she got like little Excel sheets and shit.
That's me. Mine's on my phone. It's an app on there called Numbers. Let me tell you something, honey. I plug them bills up in there and the heartbeat in it, and it sends me notifications. I'm like, yep, that's due.
Yeah.
Yep, that I love it. Yes. Yep. I love it. I even do it for my business expenses. Like I just, and I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't even used to be that good at even doing that. Evolving. Okay, my husband is gonna be so proud of me. Yeah. I don't even let the insurance lapse no more. Okay, I even pay the insurance bill on top. I used to be one of them ones. Oh wait, if I need any type of money at the end of the month, the insurance is not going to get paid.
Right.
I can just renew it back over again. You know, it's something that just has to be renewed.
Bills, man.
You know, it's just, Lord, I was like, oh my God, look at growth, girl. You ain't lapsed in your insurance, and I don't know when they is proud of you, girl. The insurance gods is looking down on you.
And one thing I tell people as well, okay, you feel like you want this type of man. Why don't you work on getting those same characteristics that you want in a man?
And I know a lot of women probably get bitter when this post pops up, but it's true. Mm-hmm. One, if you can't be happy single, ain't no way you can be happy in a relationship.
Facts.
But two, if you can't ask to be no wife and you're not out here doing wifely duties. You can't
exactly.
You can't ask to be wifed up if you're not already doing the things that a wife would be doing. And and
why would he wife you?
Why would he?
There's no reason.
None whatsoever.
Like you're gonna be that for that moment chick.
And same thing with the man. You know, I won't put it on her. Like he can't be out here trying to think he a husband and he can't pay bills on time, you know, or stably stay in the crib for longer than 12 months. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's stability.
Exactly.
A woman looks to see if you're stable, you know?
Absolutely.
If you're taking care of your kids.
I know my wife vetted me because she was all up, you know, checking and seeing how I was doing like in my own space dolo. If she didn't see my consistency and how well I handled things, she wouldn't have never approached me about, you know, cohabitating.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Living together. That was never came up.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be, you know, what you want in someone.
You do. You really do. But at the same time, you know, and then also you'd have TV to go by to make up what it should be about, this fantasy of what a relationship should look like or be like.
Right.
And, you know, I think if people really just take the time to get to know them, what works for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think relationships could go a little bit longer. You might see the divorce rate decrease. But I think people think that it's always going to be, you know, happy days and sunflowers and skip it through the part.
Right.
Hell no, you ain't getting to do that all the time.
No, it's not going to be all. It should be the majority, but it damn sure ain't going to be all the time.
And if you can't have no tough conversations, you know, like the real conversations, you know, that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, look, the type of man I am, my wife didn't date a man like me before.
That's what's up.
So I had to tell her what a type of man like me expects.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know exactly because she never dated nobody like me.
Right.
Everyone's different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everyone's different. Like I have certain expectations. She has certain expectations.
Right.
Let's make these things clear. If we can meet them, cool. If not, okay. We can handle this for a moment thing. It's going our separate ways. But these things here for me is mandatory.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't even discuss that up front. I will say I used to be one of those people where I wouldn't say my expectations up front, nor would I ask, you know, what are your expectations or what are you looking for in a partner? You know, what do you feel like you need in a relationship?
You got to know if you can meet those things.
I have to know if I can meet those. You know what I'm saying? And because if you start putting them expectations on me that I can't, I'm like, wait, we didn't talk about this, you know, but then what can I say? Because we didn't talk about this, and vice versa. So I think that that's always a valid conversation to have up front now. You know, I'm 35 now. So I'm like, okay, look, and I'm looking for a husband. I'm not looking, but I'm ready for my husband. So with that being said, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm looking like, okay, does this man have long-term, you know, have the long-term qualities, the husband qualities, right? And so, yeah, I'm voicing the expectations up front. Like, look, this is what I expect. You start off like this. I expect this. I expect consistency, you know, whatever. And I'm quick to cut you off if you can't handle it, you know, even if you say you can and you start, like, showing different. Oh, yeah, like, I'm going to go ahead and I'll degrade you down to just a, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? Okay, cool. I was just checking in. You know?
You can't entertain the nonsense, like, because you got to remove the bull to make space for what's really for you.
Gotta remove it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Because if you keep that around, because that man that actually have those same expectations that you're looking for, if he see that lingering around, he gonna automatically exclude you from the whole
you know
makeup.
what? And that's what's so scary about dating.
Yeah.
That is what is so absolutely scary about dating, right? And I'm not even talking about like sexually, just getting to know people, you know, and so my girlfriends here lately have been like, "D, you need to date more. You need to not put all your eggs in one basket." But I'm not like that, you know. If I'm feeling somebody and the vibes are going good, then I'd rather put my energy into that person until see where it goes, right? Yeah. And sometimes it's like a trial period. Maybe I need like 45, because I'll probably know about like the 45th day whether or not this is going to go any further than that. You know, sometimes it takes the first 30 days, but definitely by 45 days. Right. Like I know whether or not this is going to be, and, you know, and I don't fault anybody for having too much going on. Yeah. You know, you can't say you ready, but then you got too much going on. I don't mind. I don't know. No, I don't mind. I'm lying. I'm lying. I was about to say I don't mind being understanding, but sometimes people can take advantage of the understanding. Like, so I'll give you an example. I have some. I'm talking to dating someone, and they're studying for their real estate license right now. You know, they have 2 kids. They don't even live here. So, you know, they have to travel back and forth. Yeah. But yet they want to date, and then they work 2 jobs. Did I say they work 2 jobs? Yeah, 2 jobs, 2 kids, and studying for real estate license. Right. You know, that's a lot. There's a lot going on. That's a lot. Now, I will give it to him. He does his thing to try to, like, you know, make time and whatever, but that ain't how we started off. You know, we started off with the long, fun conversations and the dates on a regular basis. So now I'm like, I don't know if I can really deal with all the stuff you got going on, cause
well, you got think about this too. Like, if you guys were actually, this could be that stage where people like, I was with you when through the come up.
I know, and you know, this is where I was like, well, maybe I have to put him in that category of the hey, how you doing? Just checking in. You all right? Yeah. You know, because
and some encouragement.
And just wait until maybe after, because what I don't want to do is disrupt the studying. You know, I don't want to do that. But I also like to make sure he is studying and you know, of that nature. But then I was like, I'd be a fool if this nigga get his real estate license and start making $120,000 a year, and then I ain't, you know, look. We had this thing going, and I just let it go because you couldn't keep up back then. You know, I mean, sometimes you just
have to get yourself more occupied, like focus on something.
Well, and in that defense, I had been off for the last 30 days, so I had a lot of time on my hands. Right. But now that I'm about to go back to work, I may not have time to really think about it, you know, anymore. I might not. But then, boy, let me tell you, that's why I say I hate dating. I was out the other night, and I had someone that I've been really interested in for like 2 years, like, come up to me and like re-spit his Mac. And I was like, oh my God, here you go again. Bad timing. I'm talking to someone. He like, is it serious? I'm like, it's new. You know, it's only been like a little month or so. It's new, but it's been a month. And, you know, he so like.
Are y'all dating or y'all together?
No, I would say we're dating. We're not together. Okay. We're not together because I'm definitely not calling. He hasn't met any of my friends yet. He hasn't met my mom yet.
Okay. It's still a fair game then.
Yeah, it's still, I think it's still pretty.
Yeah, it's still a fair game. I mean, you know, to an extent, you know, you just don't want to go too crazy, but it's still a fair game.
You know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, what's too, you know, what's too crazy? What's too far?
Don't let him see it.
How do you get to know somebody and still like try to get to know someone else too? You know, and I ain't even trying to do nothing with nobody. I'm just trying to see, okay, this, because I ain't gonna lie, the other one got all the characteristics, just all of them.
He already there?
Boom, 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 boom. He's already there.
I get that. I mean, if you're dating, it's different.
And so, and I am dating. I am very much single. Right. Okay, you know, no one has said this is my girl. Right. Nope, no one has said that yet. Nope. So I am still very much single. Yeah. But I'm respectful of my time spent.
Absolutely.
You know, I value my time spent, and I value the energy that I build with everyone or with people. And he's a really nice, sweet guy. But you know,
how far is he away? How far?
An hour.
And this gentleman that you just ran into, he's in the city? Dang, that's kind of tight.
In the city. Dang.
He reach out and touch.
Ooh, really available, you know, and I don't have to wait an hour or for you to get off work and anything like that.
Just pop up like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood.
Hey, I'm out here. Yeah, where you at?
Yeah, but if y'all dating, I don't see a problem with still, you know, weighing your options.
Well, that's what I said too, and that's why I went on ahead and took my other options as well. I was like,
as long as you don't got no problem with him weighing his options too.
I don't. I have no. You know, first of all, you say an hour away. I can't put shit past.
You don't care?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
No,
I'll take that.
No, I can't. Why? How can I?
Right.
We're not together.
Right. I mean, but still, when you like somebody,
you know, and I would. So, only thing I guess I would probably say is as long as we made it known that, you know, I'm keeping my options.
Yeah, we're
open.
not exclusive.
No,
y'all didn't have that conversation. Y'all didn't.
No. We have not had that conversation yet. Absolutely, because I think we just said something about meeting each other's kids and stuff, and I was like, I don't think it's time for us to do that yet. And he was like, no, I don't think so either. He's like, I think, you know, it would need to be a little bit more concrete. And I was like, yeah, it definitely would need to be. And I think at that time, you know, when we started talking about meeting each other's kids, and then we exclusive. Because I don't do that. I don't let you meet my kids. Right. Unless I know for sure it's serious, you know, that
if he brought it up, he like you though. If he brought it up, he like you. Like, cause
he does. You know, I'm not gonna say
ain't no man gonna bring up his kids to you ain't gonna know my kid's name.
Well, no, and he's very communicative about like what he has going on with the kids. Like, you know, if I got my kids this weekend or whatever. Like, he's and he said that the reason why, you know, I'm not selfish, so I'm not gonna try to like be like, oh well, you spending time with your kids this weekend, because I know he's still gonna make time to see me as well. Right. You know, through even with everything he got going on, even if it's only 4 hours or 2 hours, he will make time. But I just like consistency. I'm gonna say it again. I'm a real big person who likes to build the intimacy. I like the long phone conversations. You know, I like to talk and I like to hang out. That's the only way I'm gonna get to know you. Yeah. But so then when that stops, I'll be like, okay, well, wait a minute. What are we? Well, you know, that's me.
I need something to fill this space in now.
Yeah, okay, now I gotta go. Let me go hang out with my friends. Let me go hit my homegirl up, and let me go work on this business or something like that. Yeah, which is why, I can't
to focus on too, and just try to find someone that's understanding. Like, okay, I know what you're doing, and hey, I'm trying to do the same thing too.
And we did have that conversation, and he said that, which is why I'm like, okay, I get it. But at the same time, I want what I want. And you remember how we said expectations? Yeah. Well, those are one of my expectations. Hey. If you start off calling me on your lunch break and late at night when you get off work, guess what? I'm going to get used to those phone calls. I'm going to expect it. And I like that shit, to be honest with you. Yeah. And so when you stop... Yeah. I have a problem with it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Sorry. So if you're going to be one of them that texts every 2 days, you better keep up with that shit. Because on day 3, I'm going to be looking for my text.
Right. Like, where you at?
What's up?
Right. What happened?
You know, what's good?
Yeah. If you're going to come in with a relationship doing something, you got to keep on doing it.
And I think a lot of people forget that. Well, men.
Now, don't get me started now. I can talk about these women that start off doing this.
Tendency. Well, you know.
Y'all had a higher sex drive in the beginning, and all of a sudden, when you think you got somebody.
I be hearing that.
You know, that's like
I'm not gonna lie. I be hearing about that, and that, you know, she started off cooking, but she ain't cooking no more.
Right, yeah.
What, ladies?
Like, what happened?
What are you doing? That they just letting themselves go. They ain't trying to stay cute no more. I'm like, ain't trying to stay cute no more.
I done seen this little thing on TikTok, like ladies like showing like images of themselves when before they met.
Oh, I seen them.
And then after they been with them, they huge.
I done seen that.
I was like, yo, that's dirty.
What happened?
Like, you don't even care no more. Like, well, mission accomplished. You can't go nowhere. You married.
Well, and then I think do you say, are you comfortable? Do you think it's comfortness? Like, I got him now.
It's definitely comfortable.
Or do you just let go of yourself? Is it that? Are you letting go of yourself? Because part of me think it's just letting go of self.
I don't know. Because I tell you what, one thing that I do notice, like, say, okay, if we going out, you know, together, you know, you might dress comfortably, whatever. But all of a sudden, when you're going out with the girls, y'all about to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
are we dressed up? Are we dressed up?
You dressed up to the T.
Yeah.
Like, so why you want to dress up to the T so much when I ain't around? But when I'm around you, you know, you all comfortable in like chill mode.
I don't do that. I like to dress up when it's time for us to go out too.
I done seen the
I like to dress up when it's time for us to go out too, because for me personally, I'm like, they gonna look regardless whether I'm out with the girls, out by myself. Mm-hmm. So you might want me to look good like this when you out too, so you can compliment me before I leave the house. I ain't even gotta be looking for so when I get complimented outside, don't matter. My husband, my man just complimented me before I left. Yeah, we together. He just told me I look good before we get out the car.
I be saying later, like, yeah, I gotta get fined for my, like, they get married, I gotta get fined for my wedding dress. You know what I'm saying? I gotta lose all this weight and do all this.
Oh yeah.
Why you ain't had that motivation just for your man in the first place?
And I think you should, but I think again that goes back to self. They walk past that mirror and be like, whatever, I don't care today, man. I'm just gonna put the scarf on. We ain't going nowhere but down the street to get some meat.
Well, that's cool. Right. That's cool sometimes.
But then they have to walk past the mirror and be like, you know what, girl, let me beat this face for me today, you know, and then still make sure I look good for my man too.
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's true. That's like that point you saying, like for self, like if you already feeling that way about yourself, it's gonna trickle down and it's gonna make a man feel like it's actually for him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you're really doing it for you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so let me ask you a question. So how would would you think it's offensive for you to be like, hey baby, you ain't gonna put a little bit of makeup on before we leave, or that's what you wearing? You gonna, baby, that's what you wearing?
I'll say that.
Okay. Cause
I'll say that.
Yeah, baby, that's what you wearing. Like for real. Yeah, say that. Because
I'll say that.
You know, I'm be like, well, damn, baby, I'm gonna go upstairs to change. Let me go upstairs to change. You right. Yeah,
I'll definitely call something out.
Why you ain't say you let me get all the way down the step.
Right. Yeah. And I don't feel like if my lady want to call me out about something. Like, okay. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, because I will. I'll call somebody. Is that what you gonna wear? You wearing that with who? You're not wearing that with me.
And like, you know, we're not just going to Food Line.
Yeah, you're not wearing that with me. We going. The public's about to see you. Since the public's about to see you too, you gonna put on some more decent clothes. You ain't got nothing else to put on.
Yeah, like, come on now. Yeah, you got to be able to call your partner out. Let them know, like, that ain't it.
You know, you're losing yourself. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Pick it up. What do we need to do? You know.
But my approach is always like a building approach. It's not a try to hurt someone.
Of course, it's not hurtful. You know right, and it can be. It can even come off as being, jokingly, whatever. Yeah. But it should never come across to hurt the other. Right. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be you don't want to be self-conscious. Yes, no, of course not. Yeah, absolutely not.
You want your mate to be confident as possible, because that's going to show everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, in everything. If you got a confident woman and you can make her feel confident, like even in like her about herself in the bedroom, she's going to be more explorative. She's going to be doing more, she's going to feel more confident about
absolutely. Herself. Absolutely. And then I think, like I'm even cool with you being like, babe, you done put on a couple pounds. You want to go walking today?
Yeah.
Like, babe, I'm cool with that.
Or just lead the way. Like, yo, let's go
walking. You ain't got to, you can say that. You ain't got to
say nothing about the pounds.
Baby, let's go walking. And I'll be like, okay, now, because I was saying to myself the other day, I need to go walking. I'm glad he said something. Right. I probably won't come get up. No way.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little push. Like, a lot of times when your mate just take the lead on something, you just follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Speaking of what you just said, man, take the lead.
Oh yeah.
I don't see a lot of men taking the lead anymore.
You do have like a dominant personality, so you need someone that with that same type of energy.
I do. I do.
In a different way. Like you would need that.
I need that. Yeah. I don't see. I don't be seeing a lot of that out here.
You don't be seeing. So what do you see? Like what makes you feel like this? Okay, this person is not taking the lead. What is something they doing? So these people in the audience can understand. Like, look, you thought you was taking the lead, but you ain't, bro. They looking at you. She looking at you crazy, and she about to dip.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. Let's say I have not had in the past, right, someone to take the lead. Because I had someone ask me, do I know how to allow a man to be a man? And I was like, absolutely. But the thing is I've never had a man be a man. I was like, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? I've always been
First of all, you don't allow a man to a woman can't allow me to be a man. I'm gonna be a man, period.
You are right.
You are
right. You're
like,
right.
I don't need your permission to be a man. I am.
You are right about that.
But yeah, excuse me.
And I meant that more towards an ex.
No, that's what he said.
Yeah,
he said those words. So that wasn't your word.
True.
So if he feels like a woman needs to allow him to be a man,
he
needs to do some work on himself.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very, very true. That's very true.
Yeah, that ain't on you.
That's very true. That's very true. And I was just like, I can let the man, but I've never experienced that, so I don't really know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really know what take the lead is supposed to look like. I'm not going to say so much as being, I guess, the provider or the breadwinner or whatever, but
you can take the lead without being a breadwinner.
You can take the lead without being the breadwinner. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, like, lead me in the right direction. Like, if you say, hey, this is what needs to happen, I trust you enough to say, okay, let's do it. I sometimes I think what I've ran across in the past is because I am such a strong-headed woman, it's like he's like, well, what do you think? Well, I'm tired of thinking.
Right, give me a break. Bring something to the
I'm tired of thinking. Like, what the hell do you think? Whatever you think, I'm going with it. Like, I'm rolling with it because I'm tired. Yeah, I'm out of ideas. I am truly tired. I still got to think for the kids. What you mean? Right. Yeah, so I really need, it's like I need somebody to be like, I got this. Right. I'll take the lead on this one.
Yeah, just sit back. I got you.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you got it.
Or just go ahead and do it. Like,
bro, what do you need? So what do you need me to do? What do you need my help with? Just tell me what you need my help with.
Right. Right.
Tell me where I need to be. Tell me what I need to do. Mm-hmm. Tell me where I can be placed. Tell me, where my input can be in, Ed, and I got you. Like, you got the whole lead. Take the whole wheel, Lord. Take the whole wheel. Yeah, and a lot of times women, like, they'll be jumping out there doing everything because, like, no, bro, you ain't stepping up, so I'm gonna get this shit done. Right.
You think I'm gonna just wait on you?
Nah, and I'm not gonna wait till the last minute for it to be done. You know,
and you
like,
can't be mad at her then. Like, bro, you didn't step up and do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you mad at her about it. You can't.
No, can't do that. Nope, can't. Nope. Nope. No. So I just think it's very important for like you said, expectations. Wants and needs. I think all of those things should be discussed within the first 30 days. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we might not need to waste my time or yours. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you ain't looking for a relationship, you need to go and just let that be known. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That is very true too. I wish people would be more honest about that. Like, I'm upfront. They be like, "What you looking for? A husband?" And I used to didn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
But I'd be like, look, for real, I'm at that place where I'm ready to be a wife. I'm ready to put that work in. I'm ready for my partner. Yes, I'm ready. So if that ain't what you, if that ain't what you looking for, then I'm sorry. Because that's what, we can go ahead on and we can go down and cut this off right now if you want to, because that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, facts. I'm with that. I did have another question for you. You ever heard that saying, like, that behind every strong black man is a strong black woman?
Absolutely. That's a
real statement.
That's a real dope statement.
Yeah, for real. Just like Obama, strong black woman.
And he gives that woman so much credit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even though he is who he is, right, he will tell you in a heartbeat that, it was because I had my wife behind me. It was that's the history behind that.
Absolutely. So, behind every strong black woman, is it a strong black man?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't. My black men, they have it so hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you.
It's not talked about. It's like,
it took me a long time to learn and respect. Not that I didn't respect men already, but to respect the black man, and to understand so much pressure that they have on them left and right, just being black, being a provider, being a father, and then dealing with the outside world. You know, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I know Black women have a lot, but our Black men have it hard too.
Yeah. Both have it extremely hard, and I feel like one is not as acknowledged.
It's not. And I don't mean this no type of disrespect, but I think that the masculinity of our Black men has been dumbed down a whole lot.
For sure.
On top of women not respecting men like they should, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I say that to say, like, you know, just even calling him a bitch, you know, like a woman should never do that. And
that ain't gonna work.
And I'm being honest, I've even seen where someone I used to date, his mom used to call him that.
That's crazy.
Like his mom did. And, you know, I used to be like, why did she do that? You know, like, why did she do that? That's like not building any type of security in you, and not saying that, you know, that's your mom's job, but no, technically that's your mom's job.
That's your mom's job. She's supposed to tear you down.
No, she's not supposed to tear you down. And so you've already got, you know, this generational history of him not being respected. And so it's kind of like...
She probably see his dad every time she look at him.
And that's horrible, you know,
because she's putting that out on the child, because he just looking at him.
And that's horrible, because my son looks just like my baby daddy. And he, you know, he may not have ever been the best, but when I look at him, I'm like, boy, you look just like your daddy, but in a good way, you know. And I'm like, you handsome just like your daddy. Like I would never even him not being available, being around like that. I still don't talk bad about him. You know, I just be like, he'll come around when, you know, whenever, you know, or hey, you text him, you call him, just try to keep it going. But I definitely would not make any type of negative sayings about him.
Be helpful. And I see that.
But for what? What are we doing that for? What is it going to solve? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to solve anything. And I really and truly pray that here in the future, that we all get the respect that we should be given. And I will say this, I know, like, with all the Me Too movements and all of that, like, you know, it's put
we got men on like pins and needles.
It does. And it's put like this big bigger shine on women, and it's great, don't get me wrong. Like I think it's a markable thing. But at the same time, I think it's an agenda to still tear down the Black man. It's
all a manipulation thing. Like it's purposely that these type.
They
of
don't want y'all to be
happening.
Leaders.
No, they don't, and they want women to look at men in a certain type of way. I mean, even like far back as like what the government done, they incentivized women for not having a man in the home, like getting like the government money and stuff like that. You can't get it if the man is in the house, but if he's not in the house, you can get
it. That's true.
It's all a scheme, like, and we fall for it so much, and like everyone just need to open their eyes and see what's going on, man. It's like we need each other. We need to be there for each other.
We do.
We can't sit here and fall for this trap over and over again. It's it's the same trap, just in a different form. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It truly is.
That's what all this is.
It truly is.
Design.
It's an agenda. It's always been an agenda to break up the Black family home.
Yeah.
We can't even watch Family Matters and Bill Cosby anymore.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we had. If we didn't have Daddy in the home, if we didn't have that, that's what we looked to.
You can see what it looked like.
We can't even have that anymore, because it's like they don't want that man to lead. But just think about it. If you had so many more strong, Black, educated, comfortable financially men walking around here, that will put households and women and children in better positions to succeed. And they don't want that. You understand what I'm saying?
They don't.
They don't want that.
They want that woman to be like, okay, we'll let you.
We don't need the welfare checks.
Right.
if we got him in the house. We don't need child support.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need
beneficial.
Medicaid.
Right. And you won't have nobody a woman calling their son a bitch if the man was up in there.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna happen. Now there are some toxic relationships with both parents.
Right.
Horrible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it'd be way less like if everyone just getting an idea and just allow these families to come together without all this
and co-parenting is great. It doesn't have
like
to
even
be
if you're not even together.
Even if we're not together, co-parenting is great. I just invited my son's father over to dinner the other day, and he's had 2 more kids than the last time I checked he had kids.
Yeah.
But I was just like, hey, invite her over. Invite them over too. Like that's your new family, and I don't want you to think that this invite is just for you. Right. It's not. I want you to make sure everybody comes. He's like, D, I know you're not like that. And I'm like, I know that, but still, I want you to know that this is what co-parenting look like. Our kids need to know that our other spouses or significant others can be around, and we can all have this conversation and big family, and everybody be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I am. Like I'm just. Hell, I told him, I said, hell, invite the other baby mamas while you're at it. Like I really, if I could have it my way, I would love for all even because my baby daddy got 5 of them. But if those are my son's siblings, mothers, then I'm cool with them. I want them to have a relationship, but we don't have to always depend on him, the father that is, to make sure that our kids see each other. We can't always put that responsibility on it just being him, like, oh, the kids only can get together when they're with him. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, it's really stupid. Like, I've seen, even in my situation, like, when it comes to co-parenting and trying to do that with, her baby father, it's difficult, unfortunately, because I don't feel like he's as mature as he need to be,
and some of them aren't.
And so he can't even get to a point where you can't ask kids. You can ask your kids how their day were, but you confirm with the parent that's there to know what's going on. Right. If you don't know this or not, kids lie, people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They lie their ass off.
Yes, all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so you can't take the word of a child. So that's why co-parenting is so important. You need to talk to that person that you had a child with, no matter how y'all broke
I'm going through that right now too, because even though like him and I are getting our co-parenting back together, we're trying to figure out what works. He talks to my son more through text messages, and I have no problem with that. Right. But it could be like they don't make these whole plans, and my son would be like, well, mom and my dad on his way to come pick me up. I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute, hold up. Well, where y'all? You don't
even know if I had plans.
Like, you don't know what we got planned to do. You didn't. It's not that you didn't ask me, but it's like he should have called me once he made those plans with you to say, hey, D, what y'all got going on?
Text,
you ain't got to call me. You can text me, hey, D, y'all doing something today? I want to snatch him up around this time. 9 out of 10, I'm still going to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something with family being in town, something like that. I don't want him to miss because family just, it is what it is. Right. Other than that, no. Bye.
Yeah, go ahead. Like,
bye.
Yeah, that people really got to understand what co-parenting look like. Like you have to have some type of communication, like with the adults for the betterment of the child.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and being on the same page.
It's about the kids at the end of the day. It's not about us. Kids. It's not about our egos. It's not about our past.
Ego get in it.
It's not about what we had. It's about the child.
Right.
And I think once people could put those things to the side, like, look, we didn't work out, things are okay. It's okay that we didn't work out.
Yeah.
Now what it is we need to make sure that our kids and whatever other kids are involved have a relationship. They know who their siblings are, respect each other's time.
Absolutely.
That's it. And being respectful of one another.
Very important. Yeah.
And
and don't take everything as an attack. If someone feels like, okay, this is what I'm seeing, I feel like this approach may work better. Think about this. This is not no one attacking the way you parent.
Right.
They're just giving some ideas on the child that you have together.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
no
it.
one's trying to tell you what to do.
That's it.
Someone's trying to give you some
And
options.
sometimes, and then, sometimes I may know my child better than you know my child.
I mean,
because
you
my
around your
child
child
leaves
more.
with me.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not going to tell you anything wrong about him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you would know these things about him too if you spent more time with them.
Right, right.
But at the same time, it's like, he used to feel like, oh, it's your way or no way at all. And I'm like, I'm like, and I hate to be that way, but hell, he lived with me. I take care of him, majority. So I hate to say it, but yeah, it is my way or no way, but I'm not like that. He knows I'm not like that, but he used to say that all the time. Well, just like back to consistency.
Right.
Well, you know what? If you were consistent, it wouldn't be my way.
Mm-hmm. Or do you have a better idea? Voice your opinion. Like, okay, don't just say if it's your way or the highway. Okay, if you tell me something that's better than what I just said, I'm going to accept that because that's for my child. That's better for them.
And then if we're going to be consistent at doing it, I ain't got a problem with it.
Right.
But see, don't come up with no plan and then you do it one weekend and then the next weekend it's it doesn't fall through.
I'm with you.
Like that. Yeah, because it's not just affecting me, it's affecting him too.
Absolutely.
Or the child too. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
It's like I think that I don't know, man. I if people just would set aside them egos, that pride, that past.
Yeah. Get over it, man. Like get over yourself because
get over yourself.
It's way bigger than you. It's like way bigger than us.
Yeah.
It's this child because children are the future. So we gotta learn to put all that stuff a past with us because they are our future.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We got to make sure they turn into the, great,
the most bright
men.
Yes, that they could be. Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and it takes both parents to do that, whether we're in the same home or not. I do think that being inside the home plays a huge part. Mm-hmm. But as long as you can keep up with that consistency of just the co-parenting period, it to me is as equivalent as being in the home. The child is never missing anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, but it's got to be consistent. It's got to be consistent, and kids can pick up on that energy.
Heck yeah, and they can tell like, okay, kids are smart, man. They can use like, okay, well, I know Pops ain't gonna. He don't really rock with Mom like that. They always arguing, so I can just run to him for this. I can say this.
Not to manipulate.
Get him triggered.
Yeah.
So I can get my way at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You don't think these kids know how to do that?
They know how to be manipulative. They do.
Yeah,
absolutely. They ain't crazy. They ain't crazy.
They super smart, and they will use it to their advantage. They like, I know you ain't gonna talk to Mom about it, so I'm gonna just tell you anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very important, man. Like, you just gotta be on the same page. Try to be on the same page. If you can't communicate verbally, communicate through text. Get everything out. Discuss it.
Right.
But we got so much we can just continue talking.
Yeah,
on.
man.
It's so much. So we gotta have you back.
Please.
I know the people want you back.
Please.
You know
I'm willing to come back anytime you need me. I'm here.
Awesome,
you call me. All you do is call me. I'm coming.
Yeah, that's a bet. I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up, man. Like, I appreciate you
This is
joining
a pleasure.
us.
This is great. This
real,
is
it's
dope.
been awesome reconnecting.
I have not been on the mic since we've left the mic, so
it don't seem like you left it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? You still got it.
Well, that's what's up. I'm glad to hear that because I was like, yo, I hadn't even been on the mic since him and I've been on the mic. So this was great. This was great. This was great.
Hey, everybody,
it's good to be in this element.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. You guys keep holding it down. Don't let it hold you.
Highest
Until
point.
Next time. Peace.
Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast.